y'all, TaMorgans, or anybody else that's watching this video, I have something super exciting to tell you guys, and I am shook. I cannot believe this is coming to life and this is true. But you guys, guess what? Your girl teamed up with Parislynn Collection and she has her own palette. Like, this is freaking crazy. Look at this gorgeous palette, you guys, that I created with Parislynn Collection. Did it. I've been working on this palette for about 3 months now. Y'all didn't even know. I kept telling y'all we going up all 2020, but y'all didn't even get it. Nobody got it. Got the gold palette right here with the gold glittery type of thing going on, you know, it matches my background. And then we have this beautiful mirror that is so perfect, literally fit your whole face in it for eye application or for face application. And then we have these gorgeous, freaking gorgeous shades, you guys. Oh my freaking god, I could die. Like, this palette came out so freaking perfect, you guys. So not only do I have the palette coming out, you guys, I also wanted to add something else to go with the palette. So y'all already know that I love lips, I love glosses. So I have this gloss right here. Parislynn actually already had this gloss created, but I just picked out what shade I wanted. I will have swatches and videos of all these products right here, you guys. But yes, I am so freaking excited about these two products. These are my babies. I worked so hard on these, you guys. Like I said, I've been working for months, you know, just trying to figure out stuff and putting palettes together on pages on my laptop to make sure that everything's going to work perfectly. So I'm just going to go really quick into showing you guys the gloss and showing you guys the eyeshadows and talking about it a little bit, and then we're going to get into how I create this look using my palette and my lip gloss. So let's go ahead and get into these swatches and things like that. So the palette name is Blooming, and the reason that I named the palette Blooming is because I feel like this palette is a literal representation of what I'm going through in my life right now. Like, literally, I've had so many ups and downs. My life literally has looked like this past year, and it's going to continue like this because I just have a lot of stuff going on. You know, just a lot of emotion, a lot of things, up and downs, things like that. So I wanted to have a palette that, you know, represent what I'm going through. Blooming to me means that you are leveling up, you are going higher, you're going towards your goal, you're doing better, you're manifesting things. That's what blooming means to me. It feels like I am blooming into the Talisa that I need to be for the future me, for my future kids, for my future husband. I feel like I'm blooming into the person that I always wanted to be. So I wanted something to represent that. So the palette has 6 shimmer shades and then 10 matte shades. It's a 16 eyeshadow palette. But the first shade right here I have is this type of nude, type of off-white shade. And I wanted to include this shade because I love to set down my eyeshadow primers and my concealer when I put it on my eye. So I wanted a shade in my palette that I could use to do that. So this is a great shade because it's lighter for me, so it's going to help my shadows pop, but it's also going to match somebody who's lighter, not somebody who is darker than me, because it's going to help the shadows pop. So I love this shade right here. The next shade I have right here is just a pure gold shade. I love gold, and I know a lot of other people love gold as well, so I wanted to include something that was, you know, a traditional gold so everybody could use it, because who doesn't love gold? The next shade I have right here is this shade right here, and I added this shade in my palette because I wanted a true transition shade for my skin tone. A lot of people out there is my skin tone, but we don't have a lot of shades and palettes that match us perfectly. Now the thing about it is that this matches my skin tone, but if you're a lighter shade, you can use this shade for your transition color, or you can mix the two to make it. And if you're darker, you can use this shade and mix with this orange down here, or mix with this one down here, or you can use another shade out of another palette. But I wanted to use a shade that I know would work with most people, and myself as well, as a transition shade. So this next shade right here is probably one of my favorite shades. It's actually the shade I have on my eyelid right now. It's a rose gold, but it's not just a rose gold, it's like a pure real rose gold. You can see the rosiness in it, and it's kind of like iridescent a little bit. You can see the rosiness in it, but you also can just see the gold just popping out, and it looks so freaking gorgeous. I love this shade so much, so I wanted to include that in my palette because rose golds can also work really well for soft glams or whatever. Next I have this pink shade right here, and I wanted to include a pink shimmer shade that wasn't rose goldy, but that wasn't super dark, because I don't see a lot of pink shimmer shades like this. So I included this in the palette because I wanted something that's going to be kind of Barbie, kind of pinkish, because y'all don't know I am a Barb. Nikki, period. So I want to include a shade like that. This next shade is a matte fuchsia, and the reason I added this shade into the palette is because just look at it. Like, look at the freaking shade. It's freaking gorgeous, and I love fuchsia. It's so pretty. I've really been like into fuchsia lately, and I feel like this shade is just super, super gorgeous. It goes with pretty much any color, and it's great with the outer V, and it just ties with so well with so many different shades. So I love that shade. Next we have a bright yellow, and I wanted to include a yellow into my palette because I feel like with blooming and with flowers, yellow just has to be there. It also brightens the palette, and it's also a good shade to use to mix with other shades or just to add a nice pop into it. And yellows look really, really good on my skin, so I really wanted to include a yellow. Next we have this shade right here, which is kind of like a deepish darkish gold. It reminds me of Trophy Wife. It's super, super, super pretty. I love Trophy Wife so much, but sometimes I don't like to carry Trophy Wife separately, you know, because it is a highlighter. So I feel like having this in this palette lets me be able to use Trophy Wife but just in a palette. That's why I put that shade in there. Next we have the third row, and then I have this pretty teal color. You guys, I love this color so much. There's really not no reason why I put it in the palette. I just feel like it really just matched really well with the palette. It's a great shade. I don't really see shades like this often, so I feel like just having this shade will complement so many freaking looks. And you can also use it like under your waterline. You can use it in your crease. You can use it pretty much anywhere, and I just love the shade a lot. Next we have orange. You guys know I love orange. I love to do orange eyeshadow looks. Orange also looks really good with golds and with yellows, and it's also great for a transition color as well. If you want to use that as a transition color, I've used that shade a lot as transition colors for myself. And also it can be used as a blush shade. I love having a palette that you can use it for multiple uses. So using this shade as a blush will also help me so I don't have to carry a blush. So I also wanted to put this shade in my palette because of that. Then next we have the shade right here. Now this shade I put in my palette because of my mom. A lot of times she asks me for a shade like this because, you know, she uses my makeup a lot, and I don't have one like that. So it's kind of purplish, it's kind of reddish. It depends on what you put with it. So if you put, you know, a red burgundy into your crease and put that, it'll look more reddish or burgundyish. But if you put a purple, it'll look more purple. But I love this shade because I feel like it just complements a lot of people's skin. It's like a universal shade. It's really nice. It also brings in the vampy darkness of the palette as well. I just really loved it. Next we have this pop of pink. I haven't seen a pop of pink in a lot of palettes, and I really want to include a pop of pink as well because of the Barbie theme, because of the pink girly theme. So I want to add that pop of pink. You can use it so many different ways, and I just really love it. It's really, really pretty. Next we have green. Now I'm an AKA, so I really want to add greenness to this palette as well because pink and green, why not? So this is a little bit like out of everybody's comfort zone, but I feel like this is really nice shade to work with, to play with, to try new things with if you're getting to color. So that's why I add this shade, and it also goes really well with the pink. So I will definitely be doing a J15, a pink and green type of look. And next we have this terracotta shade down here. I want to add this shade for more transition colors or more out of V colors for whatever skin tone. I also feel like this shade goes well with a lot of these shades as well, and I just wanted a darker brownish but a little bit of a brickish shade in my palette because I feel like I look for that shade a lot. So I got this one right here. Next we have this really pretty, it's kind of like a royal blue shimmer shade. Is so freaking gorgeous. I loved it because it was so different and it just made me want to put it on my eyelids. Like that's all I wanted to do was just put it on my eyelids. So if I know it made me feel that type of way, it should make y'all feel that type of way. So that's why I add into the palette. It's really pigmented, it's really pretty, and I feel like it'll look really good on the eyelid with whatever transition color that you use or whatever crease color that you use in this palette. And then lastly we have this dark shade right here. Now this shade can be used so many different ways. It can be used as like a dark smoky eye shade. It could be used as a outer V shade. It could be used as a eyeliner shade. You can use this shade so many different ways. And just like this one where it depends on what you place with it is how it will look like. This shade is really like a dark plum purple shade, but it can look a little bit more brown depending on what you add with it. But I love it because I love to have a deep dark shade to darken up any look that I'm doing. So that's why I wanted to add that shade in here as well, but I didn't want a black because I don't use black like that. That was a lot of talking. So this is why I picked out all these shades for this palette. And then going into the gloss, I kind of already talked to you guys about why I chose the color. So the reason I chose the color of this gloss is because I want it to be something that's universal. I wanted it to look good on all skin tones. So lighter skin tones, my skin tone, and darker skin tones. Now this lip gloss, it looks like it has purplish tint to it, but it just makes it a little bit more wearable for darker skin tones, but really doesn't really have a shade to it. It looks pretty much nude. Just has a nice color, so I feel like it goes well with a lot of things. And I do have it on right now on top of a brown lipstick, and as you can tell, it looks freaking amazing. So this gloss will also be sold if you guys want to pick that up. But I know y'all tired of me rambling, so if you want to see how I create this look right here with using my new palette and my new lip gloss, then you already know what to do. Keep watching the video. Y'all know I love to set my eyelid down with something, so I'm going to take this shade right here and just setting this down. First, I'm going to go in with my transition color, so I'm going to take this shade right here in the middle. So I'm going to take this shade down here. It's like a terracotta looking type shade. I'm just going to take that and I'm just going to apply it kind of right back in my transition area. And one thing I like about these shadows is that I like that it's buildable, but it doesn't start off super pigmented at first, because sometimes you don't want a shadow to be super pigmented off rip. So I'm going to take this fuchsia color right here. It's so freaking pretty. I love how it looks. I'm just going to pick it up right here on this type of rounded brush right here, and I'm going to use this as my like outer V shade. I'm going to put it right into my crease and blend it out, and I just love that shade. It's so freaking pretty. Okay, so now you can go in with these shadows without using any type of base or any type of water, but I love my shadows, especially if I'm doing a look like this, I want it to really be really nice and pigmented. But I'm going to show you guys two of the ways that you can use it. One way is going to be without anything, and the other way is going to be with the whole cutting out the crease and wetting the brush type of thing. And I learned that with these shimmer shades, it's easier to use a flat brush like this one. I'm going to take this shade up here, so I'm just going to apply it on my lid, and as you can tell, the pigmentation is there. Just using this flat top brush and just doing the patting motions really just applied that eyeshadow really nicely on my lid. It looks super freaking good. I'm gonna show you guys how it would look if I did put down a concealer. Okay, so I'm gonna take the same shade with the same brush and we're just gonna pat it on. So doing this method, the eyeshadow has something to stick to, so that's going to ensure that the longevity of it stays on longer. Sometimes it will help with the pigmentation. As you can tell, the difference between the two is that this one is more of a pop, like glam, cut crease, Instagram type of girl, and then this side is more of a wearable side. As you can tell, it's just a lot more opaque on this side, so it depends on what you want. But I want to make sure that it's something that you guys can introduce you to color without being too crazy. So this palette would be great for you because, you know, you can start out, you know, just testing the waters, and then by the end, you good, you ready to dive into the rainbow, and then bam, there you go, pigmentation and everything that you need. I'm gonna go ahead and start to do my face makeup. So I'm not gonna sit here and tell you guys all the parts or whatever, because this video is just about the eyes. But I'm gonna go ahead and do my face makeup. I'm coming back to you guys when it's done, and we're gonna go ahead and finish up these mediocre eyes. You know what I'm saying? Period. Just gonna go in with the same fuchsia shade right there, this under our eye, and I may leave the front open just a little bit to fit a different shade. Let's take this really bright pink shade right there, and we're gonna put that just in this little area right there. I'm going to take a mixture, these two shades right here, to highlight my inner corner. And you know, hit that brow bone, honey. Y'all already know. Lastly, it's lips. I'm going with my Nicka K Cocoa lip liner. I'm going to take this lipstick from Morphe. It's in the shade Main Squeeze. So this is the end of the video, you guys. I hope you enjoyed me showing you guys one of the looks that I can create using my new palette. I am so blessed and just so grateful for this freaking palette, you guys. It's so friggin' gorgeous, and this look is really pretty. I love it. Like I showed you guys, you can use color with this palette, but you also can keep it really simple. So if you guys want to check out my palette, I'll have the link down below, so where you can pre-order it and go ahead and be popping with Talisa, with being Talisa, like, period. If you guys enjoyed me showing you guys how this lip gloss looks as well, and as you can tell, lip gloss is popping. My lip gloss is cool. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and become a part of the gang. TaMorgans up in the piece, TaMorgans up in the building, y'all. We going up all 2020, you guys. We're not dealing with no negativity. We're not dealing with none of that. We're gonna be blooming, and we're gonna bloom together, y'all. Together, point blank. But I'll see you guys in my next video. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and also hit that bell to be notified every time I upload. And I'll see you TaMorgans in my next video. Bye, y'all.